Hello, my fellow veterans. My name is Eric, the host of the channel. This is beautiful Des Moines, Washington. This is where the famous Mary Island incident happened. Mary Island incident, if you never heard of it, it's a UFO story that happened in the 40s where the first Men in Black story happened. Everything here. Nah, we're not here for that. We're here talking about VA claims. You know, there's a lot of channels that use a lot of clickbait. And what I mean by clickbait is they use words like, these are the easy secondaries to get. These are the easy ones to get. You know, claims where you don't even need medical evidence. Now, there's a lot of good channels that have a lot of great information. Two of my favorites are the Chick Vid channel and Veteran Info Tab. But they do use title sometimes that says easy. Listen, VA claims, there's nothing easy about them, right? But the reason I bring up those two channels is they do bring up that the number one thing is evidence. What is evidence? The number one evidence, it doesn't even matter if it's a secondary, you know, the main reason, you know, whatever, the injury, is you gotta have a doctor say, you do have this injury. You do have this incident that happened because of the military, right? I mean, that's the main thing. So a lot of times when I watch these channels, when they talk about secondaries, what I like to tell people, well, if you recognize some of those secondaries or some of the conditions that you might have, then use those words and start making your appointments at your doctor. Say, hey, I've heard about this and I have some of these issues, some of these symptoms. You gotta get that on record, because without having any doctors put anything on record, forget about it. Because the VA ain't gonna just give you anything. When they're gonna make a commitment to give you money, probably for the rest of your life, you gotta have that backing from your doctor. And it's hard, and that's not even easy, because I hate to say it, there's some doctors, it's depending on the symptoms, the issues that you're claiming. Some of the issues they can see, like say you rip your leg, rip a muscle in the military, well, you can take x-rays on that, right? You can take x-rays, so there's evidence that they can't see. But say you complain about migraines and headaches, well, there's really no x-rays that can tell you that you have that. So a lot of it's like, it's trust. You gotta trust them. You know, they trust, they gotta diagnose you. You know, they gotta believe that you really have these symptoms, because a lot of these symptoms, you can't see it with an x-ray. So it's never easy, but use these channels. If you recognize some of the symptoms, start bringing those up. Do your attempt to file, because you got a year, right? You got a year. So do your attempt to file and work on that whole year. Get the documentations, get the doctors trying to give you that diagnose. Private doctor, doesn't matter. VA doctor, it doesn't matter. You gotta get that documented. So nothing is easy, but once you get it documented, then you might have a chance. Talk to you later.